Alright, so hopefully you watched the introductory video for this series and you kind of know the background of what we're going to do here. And so what I'm going to do is I've already grabbed the user login and registration system that I built following the tutorials over on phpacademy.org's site, actually their YouTube channel, and I'll include that link in the description. But basically, when you're done with this set of tutorials from Alex over there at PHP Academy, you'll have a fully functioning user and login registration system that uses a MySQL database. It's a 27 video tutorial, so be warned ahead of time when you go to build this that it's going to be pretty substantial. There's a lot of code to write, but Alex is very patient and very good at teaching why he's doing what he's doing, and so hopefully you'll kind of grasp those object-oriented concepts that he's using. All right, and so I've basically loaded those up, and those are included here now. And I've also loaded up the basic Bootstrap core files along with a style or a theme that I purchased from Theme Forest. Okay, and so a couple of things that we need to do to start with, and this is something that I always do. My header and footer are always included from other things based on the fact that we can use them more effectively. And the header generally will include something like your logo. Will include something, some contact information, or a little bit, maybe a tagline or motto, or some other things on the other side of that. And then below that, we'll bring in the navigation, and then the body, and then we'll bring the footer back in. It's in components that way. It's modular and it's easier to make changes. And the header and the footer are going to be constant data across the site most of the time anyway. And in the footer, I usually do like a column layout, maybe 3-4 columns depending on the site. And it'll include generally like some good SEO information that's good to power across your site. A good chance to get your keywords into the text of the site. And of course, it's nice because it appears on every page within the site. All right. And so the other thing that we want to do in there is generally some kind of a call to action, either a contact form or an address block with an email address that they can click to send you an email. Some other, maybe a Twitter feed or a Facebook wall feed, depending on what you want to do. Depending on how heavily your organization is into social media, you may or may not want to, but to me that's always a good place to put it. All right, and so that's basically an overview of what I kind of like to do. As far as the navigation goes, I generally still use a horizontal navigation because again, it may seem tired, but all people read top to bottom, left to right. So getting the base layout of your site, including all of the folders and subfolders and pages that you want to go to or could go to, you want them to see that right away. That helps generally to keep people engaged, and then they can kind of look at the rest of the pages. But again, that's just the way I feel. You may have a differing opinion. If so, that's fine. But that's the way I'm going to do it here. Okay? And so I've spent enough time talking about what we're going to do. Why don't we just go ahead and start doing some stuff? All right. So in the includes folder, I'm going to create a new file. Actually, there'll be 2 of them. And first one we're going to call header.inc.html. And the second one is going to be footer.inc.html. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of tests in here. It works. All right, we'll save that. There we go. Oh, need to log in. So again, this is our our user registration database system. All right, here we are. And Why is it not working? Oh, we need to put our includes statement. So PHP tags, and we're going to use include, and then our path, which will be includes folder, and then header.inc.html, and close that out. And what we'll do here is just copy and paste that down here right before the body, and we'll call that footer.inc.html. Save it out and refresh. There we go. There's our footer inc. There's our header inc. All right. And now the footer inc is way over here because it's outside of that container div, but we can adjust that later. All right. And that's not a big deal. So what are we going to do with them? And we'll save that, and we'll start working on the header. All right. So inside the header, we're already in the first include, so we'll make a div, container div just for the header. Okay, and that'll span across the top, and it'll go a little bit lower. All right, and what are we going to want to do? Well, the first thing we want to do is separate it into columns. And now the way Bootstrap works, we've got col-sm, col-md, col-lg, small, medium, and large. And actually, there's an extra small for extra small devices for phones and things like that. I generally will go with the medium for most, and so we'll add two divs, class equals col-medium, medium, and we'll do a 4 and an 8. Class equals col-md-8. All right, and the comments. And you'll see me do this. I first think I first heard of this from a YouTube channel called dreamweavertutorials.co.uk, and not sure the gentleman's name that does the tutorials over there, but he's very good, and it's just something I always do anytime I get to the end of a div. If it's farther down the page where it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of different things in between, I'll just put the end of, whatever class or ID that div is, or that HTML element is, and it makes it easier to kind of troubleshoot and track things later on as you go. So I always kind of do that. You don't have to. It's just something I remember to do, and when I don't, I get mad at myself for not remembering it. So we've already uploaded our logo, and that's in the image folder, in a folder called logo. All right, so we'll add that here. Image logo.png. All right, and it's a very large file, large dimensions, so we're going to cut it down. And we're going to just give it a width so that the browser will adjust the height accordingly. And we'll save that out, and we'll see how we are. Boom, there we go. Nice logo inside our div and up in the upper left-hand corner, which is where you would expect it on 90% of the sites out there. All right, and that's in our col-md8 or md4. And so we're going to be basically adding things to the right, and we're going to start putting things into our footer, and that'll basically begin our layout. All right, so let's go to the footer, and what do we want to do there? So again, let me give ourselves the container class, which will center it and add it within the overall container. All right, div. All right, and so what we want to do here, we've done a lot of this. we're going to have 3 columns. So we'll do these of 4. All right, and might as well one will make our Twitter feed. Let me log in back to my Twitter and grab the embed code there. If LastPass will let me here. There we go. All right. So settings, widgets. That. And we'll do that in the middle, or excuse me, in the left one. And we'll save that out. There we go. And so that's a 300 height. Okay. And so in the other section, we can add some different. We'll add some contact information and maybe an SEO column. All right. So we'll make it match height-wise here, and we'll have 3 columns going across, and that'll give us a nice little footer to settle in. All right, so we've got our header and footer begun, and then we'll start to work on the body, and we'll lay out some navigation as well. All right, well, that's about. I think we just hit the 12-minute mark, so let's cause that. We'll stop it here, and we'll move on to some of the other things in the next video. And hopefully, I'll try and get as much of the development of the site as I can on video. I'd like everybody to see kind of what I do. But if I don't, and if I've added new things without recording them, I'll kind of glance back over everything and show you what I did, so you at least get an idea of what I was doing to get the site laid out. All right. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you like. I'd love if you think that my videos are helpful. I'd like you go ahead and subscribe if you like, and also give the video a thumbs up. So thanks for watching.